Well, I've been with the Holiday Parks Association, or what we call now Holiday Parks New Zealand now, for 16 years. And prior to that, my wife and I actually ran a motor lodge over in the Wairarapa. So I've got hands-on accommodation experience, but more recently I've been involved in working with our members to get them to improve their online capability. I think distribution has been probably the biggest change that I've seen. We've gone from a time in my 16 years where someone's marketing was about writing out a check to one of the big publications, whether it be AA or Jason's, and that was your marketing for the year, and you didn't know how much of it worked or not. Since then, we have seen the introduction of OTAs, for example, but also the internet of direct bookings as well. When they first came out, a lot of people were very worried about the OTAs, thinking that they were some monster. And what I think we're learning, and what we're encouraging our members to do, is to think about them as a friend and think about how they can manage them to best manage and enhance their own yield. That they're not a no-go, you only pay the commission when you get business, and so really using them to your benefit is the key. What worries me is when I see some parks limiting their exposure through limiting their online presence. Now, it's obviously essential that they have their own website, but it's been about thinking what distribution's right for me. Not all channels might be right, but in some cases they are. But there's no point trying to hope for business out of a market if you don't have strong representation through OTAs in those markets. And it's important that you understand how to manage those relationships, because especially when you look at the pricing and how you manage that, because you don't want to be selling something at a price which is below what you could be in fact earning. And I think one of the learnings we've had is that people's first experience with OTAs usually was people like through What If, and they were about distressed inventory, and so it was all about knocking the price down. Now what we're seeing is OTAs are actually quite keen to push the price up, because then they earn more money and so does the park. I think what's interesting is you see we've got a wide age group of people who run holiday parks. Some are older, some are younger. When they look at things like the internet, social media marketing, or OTA management or yield management, sometimes it's a bit frightening. Some people love that kind of thing and are quite keen to get in there and do it themselves and manage it using their property management system. Others are quite happy to employ someone to do it. So I think with both social media marketing, but also most importantly with yield management, it's not an optional that if you do it or not. You've got to do it, but it is optional whether you do it yourself or you employ someone to do it. And we're lucky to have people like Rooms Online who are professional operators who can in fact take this worry out of your hands.